Good evening, Rampage family. Welcome back to St. Charles, Missouri, greater St. Louis area. Game 3 of the weekend for the Rampage boys. Tonight we are up against the Anaheim Ducks, Junior Ducks. Quack, quack. We, just as mentioned before, this Anaheim teams, they're very talented, very skilled. They're going to be a tough team to play against, but I will tell you, that same thing was true last year, and even still, last year we kind of had the Ducks number a little bit. So let's hope that they show up maybe a little intimidated to play against us tonight, and we show up with confidence and energy and vigor. So just hoping we see a really good effort put in by the boys. Obviously, it's been a tough go so far, and that's one of those things that happens. But we're going to see how well they can kind of shake off the past and look to the future. I wish I had better quotables. I just don't. I want to double check before I say anything, but yeah, I do see Alex Espirito back out there again today or tonight, which is a good sign. I know they kept him out of the second game just to make sure after he took a really nasty hit from behind in the first game. Just wanted to make sure that he was okay. Seems to be doing good, so gonna have him back in, which is great. Just a little over a minute of warm-up time. A few of you folks watching from who were on our team or knew our team last year, Lucas Duncan Reed, who was on our team last year, is now playing for the Anaheim Ducks, so you may see his name out there on the ice a little bit tonight. So the world of hockey gets smaller and smaller the higher you go, and it's always nice seeing friendly faces. All right, warm-up time is just about complete. They'll start collecting the pucks right now. All right, getting ready to start period number 1. Out on the ice, we've got Drexel, Sarver, Whitted, Wheeler, and Bisley. And, of course, Zach Stalling net. Anaheim Ducks taking a little extra time to get ready to go. All right. Here we go, lining up for period number 1. 17 minutes on the board. Tied up on the draw. Looks like it's going to go to the far side wall. In the middle, Ducks are going to send it into the Rampage zone. Wheeler has to come back for it. Makes a move on the wall, turns, sends it up to Whitted. Whitted's out of the zone with it. Sends it across to Sarver. Sarver on the far side, holds up at the point. Cross ice to Wheeler on the near side. Wheeler takes a shot from up high, goes on the body and wide. Whitted tries to pick it up back behind the net, and the net is off. The net is off due in large part to the fact that the Stahl family has brought nice pegs and offered to use them, and they were refused. So again, I'm going to put every net coming dislodged onto the referee and officiating staff. Same crew out as before. Puck drop, and they didn't like something that they saw because the net wasn't back and established yet. Linesman got a little ahead of himself. All right, here we go. Rampage win the draw out to the wall, chipped up on the far side wall. Drexel in the corner with it, gets tied up. Whitted's down there as well. Puck goes up the far side wall, comes up and not out, stuck on the wall right at the point. It's going to come back to a Ducks player. Sends it across ice to the near side and back again. Through center into the Rampage zone. Cross ice pass, Drexel gets a stick to break it up. Puck ends up in the far corner. Back again. Player on the near side tries to take a shot. Sticks in the way, goes wide. Puck up to the point. Back down again. Shot. Stahl with a couple of saves. Puck stuck on the net behind. And we get a stoppage. 15:55 left in period number 1. Out on the ice. Merrill, Gudanis, Whittingham, Roberts, and Wilton. Rampage win the draw. Merrill sends it over to Gudanis. Up and through. That's going to come all the way back. It should be icing, and it is. And he blew the whistle before the puck got to the red line. Thank you, officials, for, again, giving me plenty to talk about by not really knowing how to do your job. Faceoff's going to come back into the Rampage zone. Yep, I'm salty tonight, folks. Tied up on the draw. It comes out to a Ducks player. Held up down low. Poke check. Now Roberts is going to take it away. He turns with it. Takes it out of the zone. Tries to send up the boards. It gets poked back in the Rampage zone. Gudanis sends it over to Merrill. Up and out. It doesn't connect. That's going to go for icing. We get a whistle. Faceoff will be back in the Rampage zone. 15:25 left in period number 1. Out on the ice, McManus, Rahosian, Foster, Huff, and Espirito. Tied up on the draw. Rampage win it. Espirito comes out. Back behind the net. Sends it across ice to Rahosian. He's going to skate with it. Sends it over to the near side to Foster. I'm sorry, that's McManus. Good grief. McManus dumps it in. Puck around the far side wall. Espirito holds at the wall, pinching in, sends it up. Shot taken, goes wide, and ends up on the near side boards. Huff's going to pinch in, keep it down low. Puck on the far side, comes up, tied up on the wall. And Espirito's going to hold the point, and McManus turns and dumps it in. Anaheim sends it up and out. Espirito recollects. Over to Foster. Foster makes a move, sends it into the zone. And a reverse check puts somebody on their butt. Ducks into the Rampage zone. They're going to hold up on the far wall. And now it gets cleared up and out. Should have been a penalty against Anaheim. Threw a kid's stick. Puck ends up in Rampage zone, back out again. Back to an Anaheim player on the near side wall, and the Ducks are going to advance into the Rampage zone. Shot taken. Stahl gets a piece of it, goes way up in and out of play, and we have a stoppage. Faceoff will be in the Rampage zone. Out on the ice, we've got Bender, Whitted, Bisley, King, and Wheeler. Rampage win the draw. Wheeler's going to send it up the boards and out. Comes out of the zone. Anaheim races back for it. Bender and King on the forecheck. Puck goes around to the far side. Not quite out of the zone, at least not yet. Anaheim recollects, sends it back to their defenseman in their zone. Bender with a quick poke check, and Anaheim's going to recollect. They now clear the zone. Doesn't connect. That should be icing. It didn't touch anybody. Too many refs out there to actually see what the heck's going on. Whitted's got it. He sends it out to Bisley. Bisley skating out of the zone. Takes the red line. He's going to chip it in and give chase. Puck back behind the net. Anaheim recollects it. They send it try to send it the other way. It gets tied up in the far corner. Centering pass. Anaheim's there. They send it and clear it. And that one, they actually are going to blow the whistle for icing. Face-off back in the Anaheim zone. Out on the ice, Whittingham, Drexel, Sarver, Merrill, Gudonis. Tied up on the draw. Rampage win it back to Merrill. Tries to take a shot, goes just wide of the net. Ends up on the near side. Anaheim recollects. They're going to skate to the far side. Drop it into the corner. Send it over to the near side wall. Reverse direction, and Gudonis gets in the way of it. It ends up in the zone. Whittingham puts a body on. Puck tied up on the wall, and now up and out of the zone. Drexel's going to get there. He's in the Anaheim zone. He's 2-on-1. Feeds it in. Goaltender makes a save. And we have a stoppage. We'll have a face-off in the Anaheim zone. Same crew out as before. 12:54 left in period number one. Rampage end up coming out of the pile with it. Sarver had it on a stick for a second, tied up on the boards. Drexel down to Whittingham. Gets poked back up the wall. Anaheim's going to skate off the wall. And the lead man pass doesn't connect. That goes for icing. Face-off back in the Anaheim zone. 12:40 left in period number one. Out on the ice, Sarver, Whittingham, Huff, Espirito, and Drexel. Rampage win the draw, gets poked up to the point, comes out of the zone. Sarver has to recollect, skates it back across to Huff. Quick poke check. Huff's going to send it across to the far side. Espirito sends it over to Huff, and a reverse check. He puts somebody down. Drexel skating through neutral zone into the, and Rampage are just offsides. Out on the ice, Roberts, McManus, Wilton, Huff, Espirito. Anaheim wins the draw back into their own zone, sends it to the far side. They skate through neutral. They're into the Rampage zone with it. Held up on the far side. Puck comes out to center. Shot taken. Stahl with the save. It's going to go into the far corner. Comes up to the point. Shot hits bodies and ends up in the far corner. Shot comes up off a body. Now it's out of the zone. Anaheim has to tag up. Held up on the wall on the near side here. Roberts pulls it out. He skates with it. He's going to dump it into the zone. Goes off the linesman. And now it bounces to McManus. Takes a shot from the point. Goaltender makes a save and covers it up. And we have kids throwing sticks after the play, after the whistle. Things are going to start to heat up if they let that kind of stuff go on. Out on the ice, we've got Whitted, Rohosian, Foster, Bisley, and Wheeler. Rampage win the draw, but it gets tied up. Anaheim's going to jump on it on the wall. They bring it out of the zone, feed it off the wall into the Rampage zone. And Bisley lays out and gets in the way of that pass. Nice job there. Whitted's going to clear it. It clears, splits the difference. Anaheim has to come back to their own zone for it. Rahojan's on the hunt. Anaheim sends it over to the far side. Up, and they're going to skate it out of the zone. Into the Rampage zone with it. Gets held up on the wall. Anaheim picks it up, skates it out. Quick move attempt, and I think Whitted got a boot in the way of that one. Rahojan picks it up on the far side wall, sends it over to Foster. Foster comes to it. Anaheim tries to come back the other way. Quick steal by Bisley. He's going to dump it into the zone. Puck back behind the Anaheim net. Rampage going for a change. Puck comes up and out. Merrill steals it, but has to wait so everybody can tag up. A little back and forth at center, and now it's into the Anaheim zone. Anaheim has it. They collect. They send it up and out into the Rampage zone with it. Down low. They've got it.
Oh my God!
He blew a tire.
He fucking fell down.
Okay, so we got a penalty coming to the Rampage boys. Yeah. He blew a tire. 10:31 left in period number 1. Rampage going on the penalty kill for the first time in this game based on a terrible call. Player blew a tire, went into the boards pretty hard. I'll give him that. I mean, it looked bad, but it wasn't the fault of Ian Merrill, who's now serving the penalty. Out on the ice, we've got Sarver, Whittingham, Gudanis, and Espirito. Tied up on the draw. It's still in the pile. Looks like Anaheim's going to come up with it first. Anaheim skates to the far side, sends it across the near side boards. They're going to skate off the wall with it. Cross to the far side. Back up to center on the blue line. Over to the near side. Drops it down the wall. Centering pass. It bounces up into the far side. Anaheim dumps it down low. Quick steal by Espirito. He clears it. Anaheim has to come back. They have to tag up. Regroup. Cross ice to the near side. Back again. Whitted with the steal. Gets caught up in his skates, and now Anaheim's going to recollect. Cross ice to the near side. Into the Rampage zone with it. Feed it down low to the near side ball. Quick poke check. And puck still in the zone. It's going to get sent across to the far side. Anaheim collects on the far side, sends cross ice to the near side, sends a shot wide that rolls around the boards. Goes up the boards on the far side. Gudanis pinching in. Puck ends up right in the middle. Whitted's going to send it up and out and clear it. Anaheim has to come out and regroup. 40 seconds left on the penalty kill for the Rampage boys. Anaheim in their own zone with it, send it to the far side. Quick poke check, and it's up and out of play. Out on the ice, we've got Wilton, Roberts, Bisley, and Huff. I'll zoom out just a little bit so you guys can see this near side a little better. Tied up on the draw. It's anybody's puck right now. Anaheim sends it into the Rampage zone. They skate to the outside, make a quick move. Player falls down. Surprised we didn't get another call on that one. Anaheim sends it up low to high to the point, back to the near side wall. Cross ice to the far side. Player holds up. Cross ice, nice poke check by Roberts. He's going to clear. Anaheim has to knock it down, but everybody has to tag up. They send it over to the far side, back into their zone. Back in. Bisley's going to send it the other way. Rampage back at full strength. Anaheim has it in their zone. Sends it across the far side, back again. They're into the Rampage zone with it. Shot from up high goes off of Bisley and wide. The far side boards. Wilton's tied up on the boards with it. Looks like McManus sends it up. Player at the point sends it back. Still in the Rampage zone. Anaheim takes a shot from the dot. Stahl with the save. He's going to hang on. We'll get a face-off in the Rampage zone. 8:06 in period one. Period one. It's the first period. Out on the ice. Whittingham, Rahojan, Foster, Wheeler, and Espirito. Rampage win the draw. They win the draw and they blow the play dead for reasons unknown. Apparently we can't win a win a face-off. That's no good for the refs. All right, Rampage win the draw again. Send it to the outside wall. Anaheim sends it up to the point. Takes a shot from up high. Stahl with the save. They feed it down in the corner. It goes to the far wall. Gets poked up to the point, held in, and then dumped down low into the corner. Espirito picks it up down low, holds up behind the net, feeds it up the near side wall. Wheeler turns the other direction, feeds it across back to Espirito. Espirito up towards Whittingham, gets held up, and then Rahosian's going to skate it out of the zone. He dumps it into the Anaheim zone. Anaheim goes back for it, sends it up the near side wall. Wheeler holding at the point is going to dump it back down the near side wall. Anaheim sends it back up. And puck stays in the zone. Wheeler turns and dumps it into the far corner. Anaheim's going to turn. They chip it up and out. Espirito has to race. It's a foot race. Tied up down low. Whittingham pulls it out of the pile, sends it off the boards. Anaheim pinching in. Centering pass. Gets caught up in a broken stick that's still on the ice. They're going to send it up to the point. Shot taken. Stahl gets a blocker on it. He was very interfered with in the crease. Puck comes down into the corner. Tied up on the near side wall. Anaheim skates off the wall with it. They send it across the far side. Shot taken. Goes wide of the net. Anaheim skates it in on the near side. They've got it down low. Tie it up in the corner. And it looks like an Anaheim player's going to skate out with it. Fed up front. The net is off. And we do get a whistle because the net's off. 6 minutes and 30 seconds left in period number one. We'll have a face-off in the Rampage zone. On the ice, Bender, King, Whitted, Gudanis, Merrill. Anaheim wins the draw back to the point. Shot taken, bodies in the way. Gudanis picks it up. He's gonna feed it over. Tied up down low. Gudanis chips it up the boards. Bender turns, unable to clear. Anaheim dumps it back into the corner. They feed it up the wall. Tied up down low. Whitted and Gudanis tied up down low with a couple of players from Anaheim. Gudanis is going to skate out of the pile with it. Sends it to the other side. King tries to chip it off the boards. Anaheim turns it around. Shot taken. Stahl with the save. Bender turns, sends it off the boards. It's up and out of the zone now. Anaheim has to recollect. They send it across to the near side. To center. Gudanis tries to turn it around. Anaheim skates into the Rampage zone now. Puck comes loose, and they feed it down to an Anaheim player down low. Merrill gets boots in the way, sends it in the point, the corner. Gudanis up to Drexel. Drexel feeds it up, but not out. Anaheim keeps it in the zone, takes a shot from up high, goes up and over the net. Gudanis recollects. He's going to send it up to Whitted. Whitted chips it up and out. That could have been touched by two different players. That's not icing. Two different players that could have played it and didn't. Out on the ice, we've got Drexel, Server, Bisley, McManus, and Wheeler. Puck comes up to the point, goes off of Drexel's boot. He turns around. He's going to skate with it. He's got Sarber in the zone with him. Drexel to the outside, takes a shot. Goaltender makes a save. He's going to hang on. Out on the ice, Drexel, McManus, Sarver, Wheeler, Bisley. Tied up on the draw. Looks like McManus is going to get there in the corner. He's tied up with a couple of Anaheim players. They're going to send it across to the near side. Anaheim sends it across to the far side. They feed it through the center. They're into the Rampage zone. He was offsides on himself. No call. They let play continue. No surprise there. Shot goes on. Stahl with the save. Knocks it just wide. Anaheim pulls it in. Skates it off the wall. Goes into the far side corner. Chipped up and out of the zone. Anaheim has to recollect. Johnny Sarver on the hunt. Anaheim sends it back the other way into the Rampage zone. Chipped back up and out of the zone. Sarver off the wall to Wilton. Wilton's into the zone. Wilton takes a shot from up high. Goaltender's going to hang on. Face-off in the Anaheim zone. On the ice, we've got Roberts, Whittingham, Wilton, Huff, and Espirito. Rampage win the draw, but it gets poked up front. Oh, Wilton was there trying to take a shot, and he gets tripped up. Rampage have a penalty coming, or not a penalty. Sorry, Anaheim has a penalty coming. Huff holds up. He's going to send it across to Whitted. Whitted tries to make a move and through. He still has it momentarily. Anaheim's going to tag up, and we'll get a stoppage. Rampage will be on the power play. 4:05 left in period number 1. Out on the ice, Whittingham, Roberts, Wilton, Gudanis, Merrill. Rampage win the draw, back to Gudanis at the point. Gudanis feeds it over to Merrill. Merrill on the near side, skates down the wall, tries to feed it across, poke check by Anaheim. Anaheim player coming back with speed into the Rampage zone. Shot taken, goes wide. It's going to rim around the boards to the near side. Comes back to an Anaheim player who's going to send it across the other side. Feed it up and out. It bounces into the zone. That was not touched. That should be icing. No whistle. Holy crap. I need to get these guys a rule book. Up and out of the zone. Roberts gets poke checked. Anaheim coming back the other way. Into the Rampage zone with it. Drops it at the point. Held up on the wall. Tied up in the corner. And we got a punch to the face and to the head. And we have a whistle and no arm in the air.
Call it, ref.
He blows the whistle to stop it. Didn't put his arm up. But there ought to be, there needs to be a penalty. And it looks like there's going to be. They're going to send one to each. Head contact. Head contact. I'm going to get myself thrown out of this game. So it looks like it's going to stay 5-on-5. Out on the ice, we've got Espirito, Whitted, Sarver, Drexel, and Wheeler. Rampage win the draw. Comes over to Espirito. He holds up in his zone. Over to the far side to Wheeler. Wheeler feeds it up and out. It gets tipped by Sarver. It's into the zone now. Anaheim back on it. They're going to send it way up in the air over everybody. That should be enough for icing. And they are going to blow the whistle. We do still have 55 seconds left on the power play for the Rampage boys. Sorry, I said we were 5-on-5, but we were already on the power play. They just took even numbers. Rampage win the draw. Back to Espirito at the point. Walks the blue line, feeds it over to Wheeler on the far side. Wheeler skates up, drops it for Espirito. Espirito over to Sarver. Has to try to wrangle it in. Does so. Centering pass just doesn't connect. Puck gets held up, and now the Ducks are going to clear. They send it into the zone. Wheeler has to come back for it. He's got a player on. Puck comes across to Espirito. Espirito up to Drexel. Drexel's going to skate with it. He's into the neutral zone, into the Duck zone, makes a move to the outside. Ducks with a poke check. They're going to come up and out of the zone. Lead man pass, fed into the Rampage zone. Back behind the Rampage net. Wheeler has to collect on the near side. He's up and out of the zone. Into the Anaheim zone. Quick poke check. And nobody can collect the puck. And now Ducks are going to clear it. Bisley has to hustle. They're not going to call icing. He collects back behind his net. Skates out, sends a pass up to Drexel, tips off of him and goes into the zone. Anaheim Ducks player sends it, or I'm sorry, the goalie sends it across to the player on the far side. up and out of the zone now. Puck comes to Gudanis, who turns it around, drops it for Sarver, who was going for a change. Ducks are going to chip it into the Rampage zone. Puck down deep. It's back low. Gudanis sends it to the far side wall. Rahojian picks it up, gets tripped big time. We do have a penalty coming. They actually have their hand in the air for that one. I think they saw that one, apparently. 1:23 left in period number 1. Rampage are going to be on the power play again. Out on the ice, Whittingham, Merrill, Gudanis, Roberts, and we need one more. Need one more, Coach. What am I missing here? We need one more. We got to play with 5 on the power play. Usually that's the way it works. All right, we got Rahojian coming in off the bench to join the group. Tied up on the draw, down in the corner. Rahojian gets there. He skates it back behind the net. He's going to feed it high to Merrill. Merrill keeps it in the zone, off the wall to Whittingham. Whittingham turns, holds, cross to Merrill. Merrill drops it down to Gudanis. Back to Merrill. Merrill's up top, over to Whittingham. Skates, takes a shot. Goaltender gets a piece of it. It goes high. Down the wall, Roberts is there. Held up on the zone, gets sent up and just out. Rampage are offside. 53 seconds left in period number 1. 1 minute and 30 on the power play for the Rampage. Out on the ice, Roberts, Whittingham, Rahojian, Merrill, and Gudanis. Rampage win the draw. Back to Merrill. Merrill holding up. Over to Roberts. Roberts turns with it. He's going to skate. Takes the zone. Drops it for Gudanis. Gudanis turns around. Sends it down the wall to Roberts. Roberts up to Merrill. Merrill over to Whittingham. Whittingham's going to skate with it. Turns, looks. Feeds it across towards Roberts. He has to knock it down out of the air. Drops it for Merrill. Good grief, I got all tongue-tied. Gudanis scoops it up down low. Walks the wall with it. Across to Merrill. He's going to turn, look to the outside, feed it over to Whittingham. Whittingham skates it off the wall, takes it to center, takes a shot, goes off the boot, ends up wide. Rahojian over to Whittingham. Whittingham takes a shot. That one sails wide. Comes up the near side wall. 2 seconds left. And time expires on period number 1. So your score after 1. Score after 1 is 0-0 in favor of no one. And in case you haven't been paying attention this far, the refs are still absolutely, totally, completely awful. Yep, these guys down here, those guys, they're terrible. They're terrible. All right, got the boys over talking to Coach, getting ready for period number 2. I'm going to go on mute for just a few seconds. All right, folks, here we go, getting ready for period number 2. Out on the ice, we've got Drexel, Whitted, Sarver, Espirito, Wheeler, and Zaxtal in net. And again, the Ducks taking their sweet freaking time, getting ready to go. Yeah, so how you guys doing? You got any plans for the rest of your weekend? Oh, I don't know. Right now I'm just gonna hang out for a little while. All right, as we get ready to start period number 2, we should have 37 seconds of power play time remaining. Rampage win the draw, back to Espirito. He's in his own zone with it. Turns, sends it over to Drexel. Drexel turns, he's gonna skate with it. He's up through the zone, into the duck zone. He's going to give chase. Puck down low. And that'll be icing. Face-off back in the Anaheim Duck zone with only 17 seconds left on the power play for the Rampage. 16:40 in period number 2. Looks like Anaheim gets it. They're going to send it around to the near side, up the near side wall and out. And we have another icing whistle. Face-off back in the Anaheim zone. Just 7 seconds now left on the power play for the Rampage. Going to have to be real careful and keep an eye on the player that's going to be coming out of the box here in 7 seconds. So out on the ice, same as before, Drexel, Whitted, Sarver, Wheeler, Espirito. Tied up, it's going to go down low. Anaheim gets there first. They turn and send it around the wall. Up and out of the zone with the players out of the box. Anaheim back in full strength. He's offsides. He was out of the box and offsides. Play continues. Puck ends up in the far corner. Espirito makes a move to recollect. Sends it up to Drexel. Drexel feeds it up to Sarver. Tips off his stick and into the zone. Sarver's going to give chase. Anaheim drops it in the corner. Gets held up down low. Tied up back behind the Anaheim Ducks net. And Anaheim's going to send it around the wall to the near side. Merrill tries to send it in, goes off of a skate, and the other way, Anaheim Ducks with a breakaway into the Rampage zone. Shot taken, stalled with a save. Nice job. Puck gets deflected up and out of the zone. That was a good save. All right, out on the ice, we've got Whittingham, Roberts, Wilton, Merrill, and Gudanis. Rampage win the draw back into their own zone. Gudanis has to send around the boards to the far side. Tied up down low in the corner. Got a couple of Rampage boys in there, a couple of Anaheim boys in there. Cubs out to Roberts. He's going to skate it up and out of the zone. Little back and forth at neutral ice. And now into the Anaheim zone. Back on Roberts' stick for a second. Anaheim has it back. They send it to the far side wall. Wilton gets there, keeps it on the boards, puck back into the corner. Roberts is on the hunt as well. He's got a couple of Anaheim players on. Anaheim sends it up to the far side wall. Merrill holds it. Oh, just slides past him at the blue line. Tries to turn with it. And now Anaheim's going to send it up there into the Rampage zone. Shot on goal, and Zach Stahl with the save, holding the post on the far side. Puck in the Rampage zone. Anaheim sends it down the boards. It rims around to the near side corner. Wilton gets there. And Merrill sends it around to Gudanis, and now we have a penalty coming. We have a penalty coming to the Rampage. I didn't see what happened early, but they're calling... They're sending Jack Whittingham, but I don't think it was him because he doesn't have any clue what it was, why it was him. And they can't make an indication. So I'll let you know in a second. Cue the Jeopardy music. But with 14:38 left in the second, Rampage are going to be on the penalty kill for 2 minutes. We've got Huff and Espirito, and it looks like Foster and Sarver will be joining them to start this penalty kill. You guys need a minute? What the fuck? I don't know. What's that? Well, I know. Okay, we got a boarding call. Was that a double? Is that what he... Okay. It's possible that we might be sending one from each. We're waiting to figure that out. I will let you know once I hear what I hear. The only thing I do know is the refs are very confused, which means I'm even more so. Nope. Apparently they talked about it. They conferred with the coaches for Anaheim and decided maybe that's not a good idea. I don't want to give Anaheim a penalty too. Puck comes up and out of the zone. Rampage are on the penalty kill, just as an update. Sarver's going to chip it up and back into Anaheim zone. They recollect on the far side. Drop it for a player down low, back behind their net. They're going to recollect, looking, waiting. Drop it for a player who's going to skate to the outside and send a pass across to the near side. Take the red line, Anaheim's going to dump it in. It rims around the dasher boards, ends up on the far side wall. Back into the corner. Espirito is going to get there. He chips it up the boards on the far side. Anaheim's there waiting to pinch and hold. Anaheim sends it up and across. Pass goes through into the far side corner. Puck comes up and out of the zone. Anaheim pass tag up. They send it across to the near side. Everybody tags up. They're back in the Rampage zone. Drop pass at the point. Shot gets deflected wide of the net. Comes out to center. Anaheim tries to take a shot. Foster with a poke check. He picks it up. He's going to skate with it. He takes the red line, feeds it over towards Sarver. Sarver puts a shot on net, and Foster's there. And on the rebound, shorthanded. Johnny Sarver and Armani Foster break it out of the zone. And so with a shorthanded goal to Armani Foster, with 13:25 left in period number 2, Rampage go up 1-0. Still 47 seconds left of penalty kill time. Out on the ice, we've got Drexel, Whitted, Wheeler, and Bisley. Tied up on the draw. Anaheim's going to win that one back. Feed it off the boards into the Rampage zone. Bisley turns it to the outside wall. He chips it up the wall. It comes up and out. Anaheim has to come back for it. They tag up. Going to drop it to the outside. Send it across to the near side. They're into the Rampage zone. Kick it to the outside player. Centering pass goes through. Ends up in the near side wall, and the net is off again. It's really hard to play your position when the net won't stay on. Same crew out as before. Tied up on the draw. Anaheim's going to send it up to the point. Shot taken, Stahl with the save, loose out front, gets deflected wide of the net. Bisley sends it up, off the boards, out of the zone. Gets held up on the boards. Anaheim turns it back around. Looked offsides to me, but they let him continue. Puck ends up on the far side. Shot taken, Stahl with a nice leg pad save. Puck comes up to the point. Shot taken, gets deflected, ends up going through. And Rampage are back at full strength. Whittingham back on the ice. Steal by Wheeler. He's going to clear the zone with it. Skates it over to Whittingham now. Whittingham holds at the point, gets poke checked. Whitted with the quick steal. And Anaheim with the poke check back. They're going to send it up and out of the zone. Bisley recollects. Rampage have to tag up. Bisley chips it up in the air to the far side. Anaheim back into the Rampage zone with it. They hold up on the boards. Puck loose. Drexel's going to pull it off the wall. Drexel skates out of the zone with it, takes the red line, he's going to chip it up and in. Ian King giving chase, and the Anaheim goalie is just going to cover it and hang on, and we will get a face-off in the Anaheim Duck zone with 12:01 left in the second period. On the ice, Bender, King, Merrill, Gudanis, McManus. 95 on the face-off. McManus. Dylan McManus. Tied up on the draw. Anaheim skates it up and out. Send it across to the near side there in the Rampage zone. Shot taken. Stahl with it in his glove. He's going to hang on. We'll get a face-off in the Rampage zone with 11:51 left in the second. Get a quick change of cast. We've got Drexel, Sarver, Whitted, Gudanis, and Merrill on the ice. Rampage win the draw to Merrill. He sends it up and out, goes through, back into the Anaheim zone. Sarver on the hunt. Puck comes up and out, and then back in again. Rampage are offsides, but Ducks collect it. They're playing it like there's a delayed offsides, which there isn't. Udonis sends it up the near side wall. It's bouncing. Carter Drexel has to wrangle it in, gets it out of the zone, recollects the puck, feeds it across to Whitted, bouncing on him on a poke check, and now Anaheim's going to turn back the other way. Into the Rampage zone with it. Merrill sends it off a boot to the far wall. Udonis gets down, feeds it around the wall to the far side. Sarver chips it up off the boards. Whitted collects. He's skating in. Makes a move to the outside. Comes up to Sarver, takes a shot. The Anaheim goaltender makes a save. Puck on the near side. Up and out. Espirito turns it back around. Whitted drops it for Wilton. Wilton skates into the zone. Takes a quick shot, goes off a skate and wide. Anaheim sends it up and out. It doesn't touch anybody. That is icing, and we do get a whistle. 10:48 left in period number 2. Out on the ice, we've got Roberts, Wilton, Whittingham, Espirito, and Huff. Rampage win the draw. They dump it into the corner. Goes around to the far side. Wilton pinches in, holds it on the wall. Huff's in there as well, and Roberts comes in for it. He's doing battle with the player down low. Anaheim sends it around the wall to the near side. Still in the zone. Espirito pinching in. He's got Whittingham to help him out on the near side wall. Puck comes out to Roberts. He makes a move to the outside, tries to feed it back to the inside. Anaheim player was waiting. Anaheim skating the other direction, and we have a penalty coming to an Anaheim player for a slash. Happened behind the plate. I didn't see it, but
Weird, because we had the puck, so their goalie skated off. They had the puck.
Right.
They had the puck, so their goalie skated off.
Oh, he just waited too long to blow that whistle. So 10:18 left in period number 2. Their goalie thought it was a penalty on us, so their goalie started skating away, and it was their penalty. So anyway, with 10:18 left in period number 2, Rampage are going to be on the power play for the next 2 minutes. On the ice, Whittingham, Wilton, Roberts, Udonis, and Merrill. Rampage win the draw. Back to Udonis at the point. Down to Roberts. Roberts gets tied up on the wall. He's got a player on. He's got some help with him. And puck comes out, and Udonis sends it towards the goaltender. Goalie makes a save. Puck's on the far wall. Whittingham sends it up to Merrill at the blue line. Merrill takes a shot. Goalie's going to save it and hang on. .9:58 left in the period. 1:41 on the power play for the Rampage. Same crew out as before. Rampage win the draw. Back to Merrill. Merrill to Whittingham. Whittingham across to Udonis. Udonis loses the handle, wrangles it back in, over to Merrill, goes off a stick. Whittingham has to come back and hold on to it. He turns with it, makes a move to middle. Whittingham feeds it across. It goes through to the far side. Wilton feeds it up, gets a poke check, and now Merrill has to wrangle it in. Actually, Anaheim picks it up. They're into the Rampage zone with it. Wilton comes back for it. He wrangles it in. He turns with it. He's waiting, setting up, across to Merrill. Merrill up to Whittingham. Whittingham's into the zone. Centering pass looking for Udonis. Defenseman was back and made a play. Puck stuck on the far wall. Wilton's going to take it off the wall. Takes the shot. Goaltender makes a save. There's a rebound. It's still loose. He got a fortunate whistle on that one because the puck was still loose and out of his glove. However, we will have a face-off in the Anaheim Duck zone with 52 seconds left of power play time, 9:10 in the period. On the ice, we have Drexel, Whitted, Sarver, Wheeler, and Espirito. Rampage win the draw. Sarver sends it back to Espirito. He's back to Sarver. Sarver up, and Anaheim turns, and they send it. That'll be icing. And they got a whistle before it got to the red line again, which I'm in support of in this case, but it's still wrong. So 43 seconds left of power play time. Face off back in the Anaheim zone. 9 minutes exactly in the period. Rampage come up with it. Whitted's got it on the far wall. Feeds it down towards Drexel. Drexel back to Whitted. Whitted down low in the corner. Up to Sarver. Sarver off the wall. Espirito pinching in. And now a poke check. And Anaheim's coming back the other way with speed. Sauce pass to the far side. Move made. Stall with the save. Wheeler's got it. He's turning around, coming the other way. Feeds it up towards Whitted. Just behind him. Has to wrangle it back in. Everybody tags up. Whitted out to Sarver. Sarver down the wall to Drexel. Drexel back up to Sarver. Sarver over to Espirito. Espirito takes a shot from up high. Goes just wide. Almost took a lucky bounce off the wall. Anaheim back at full strength. Espirito holds the wall. Sarver dumps it down towards Drexel. Tied up in the corner. Whitted's in there too. Whitted feeds it down low. He's going to go after a centering pass, looking for Sarver. Shot, I don't know if the goalie got a piece or if it went wide. Ends up in the near side corner. Puck comes out, up and out of the zone now. Espirito has to wrangle it in. Over to Wheeler. Wheeler feeds it off the boards towards Sarver. He chips it. Anaheim turns it back around. Back into the zone. Puck goes across to the far side. Anaheim's got it. Comes up to Drexel. Held up. You didn't see that? Holy crap. We had an all-out melee going on in the near side wall. No hands in the air. Puck comes up and out of the zone. Foster's giving chase. Anaheim comes back for it. Anaheim turns with it. They're into the Rampage zone. They skate to the outside, send the puck off the side of the net. Gets sent up and out of the zone. Anaheim turns with it. Back in their own zone. They chip it off the boards. Doesn't connect. That's icing. And we do get a whistle. 6:59 left in period number 2. We should be going into the ice cut. So when we come back, the faceoff will be in the Anaheim zone. The score is 1-0 in favor of the Rampage boys. I'm going to go on mute. I am not going to stop complaining about the absolutely horrible, terrible, embarrassing officiating tonight. All right, folks, welcome back. Welcome back to the second half of the second period, which is just a really weird thing to say in hockey. 6:59 left in the period. Faceoff will be in the Anaheim Ducks zone following the icing. All right. Where we stopped, it was on an icing to them, so the face-off will be in their zone. All right, out on the ice to get us started for the second half of this game. We've got Drexel, Whitted, Sarver, Bisley, and Wheeler. What is it?
Mango current.
Yeah, that's not my beer.
Try this one.
What is it?
It's like the Grinch at Christmas, you know, where it's like, try this one, try this one, try this one.
It's really sweet. What is
Sweet
that?
tea.
Oh,
It's
all right.
root tea, sweet twisted tea.
Okay. It's not bad. It wasn't what I was expecting. All right, Anaheim wins the draw, sends back Wheeler over to Bisley. Bisley up and out of the zone. Off the wall now, gets poked up. Whitted wrangles it in. He's into the Anaheim zone with it. Makes a move. He's going to go into the corner. Sarver's in there as well. Looks like Whitted tries to center. Nobody home. Anaheim Ducks coming back the other way. Ducks into the Rampage zone with it. Hook check to the outside wall. Going to send it down low. Ducks with it. Up to the point. Shot taken off bodies, gets held up in front, and then a shot goes, and Stahl with the save is going to hang on. Change of cast on the ice. Whittingham, Wilton, Roberts, Gudanis, and Merrill. Tied up on the draw. It's going to come over to Wilton, then get poke checked into the near side corner. Down centered pass. Roberts gets a piece of it, sends it to the far wall. Back down low again, comes over to the near side wall, and Merrill sends it up and out. Whittingham off the boards. Anaheim turns it around, dump it back into the Rampage zone. Gudanis has to come back for it. Around the boards to the far side, up to the point. Anaheim holds it at the point, and now Roberts is going to kick it. Apparently not quite out. Looked pretty close, but I guess they held it back down low in the Rampage zone. Gudanis pokes it over to the far side. Roberts turns, fires it up the wall. Takes a bounce, and now Whittingham's going to get it out of the zone. Anaheim Ducks recollect. Send it across to the near side. Back again, off the wall. Held up at the point. Across to the near side. Shot goes in. Stahl with a save in traffic. Puck goes to the far side. Anaheim Ducks player steps on it, falls down. Passed across towards Wilson. Wilton off his stick. And now out to Merrill. It's bouncing on him. Wrangles it in, sends it over to Gudanis. Gudanis attempts a pass, gets poked. Anaheim Ducks send it back and then back again. Ducks with it in their own zone. Off the boards, into the Rampage zone. Poke check to the near wall. Gudanis gets in the middle of that pass and sends it in the corner. Ducks send it up to the point, back down the wall. Whittingham picks it up. Chips off the wall towards Foster. He's in the zone, wrangles it in. He's got one player on. He's going to send it behind the net. Makes a move and gets taken down. Gets taken down by a headlock, but we do get a penalty.
When you look in the rule book, that's when they look under interference, holding.
Sure.
When you look under holding,
Headlocking.
they have a picture of that.
Right, exactly. Yeah, that was a textbook. Hold, headlock, interference, call it what you will. Rampage are on the power play with 4:29 left in the period. We've got Drexel, Whitted, Sarver, Wheeler, and Esperito. That was a hold with a little something extra. Tied up on the draw. Who's going to get there? Looks like Drexel gets a stick on it. He sends it over to Sarver. Sarver up to Espirito. Espirito back to Sarver. He turns with it. Down low to Drexel. Cross to, oh, nice play! Heck yeah! That was over to Drexel. Feeds it to Wheeler on the back door. And just like you want to see it, 4:16 left in the period. Rampage go up 2-0 on the power play goal to Blaze Wheeler. Nice movement by the boys there. Rampage up 2-0. And I'm going to update the period. You guys got to stay on top of me. I can't keep updated with this app on what period it is. Anaheim wins the draw. They're going to skate to the far side, dump it into the Rampage zone. Huff comes back for it. Gets kind of pulled down awkwardly, and the puck is behind the net. Huff sends it to the far side. He has to go after it. Comes out to a player. Shot taken. Stahl with the save. Ducks make a move to the inside. Shot taken. Drexel gets a boot in the way of that one. Comes out to the wall. Shot goes deflected wide of the net. Ends up the near side. Drexel sends it up and out. Sarver giving chase. I think that's going to be icing. Just barely icing. 3:39 left in period number 2. Face-off B in the Rampage zone. Out on the ice, we've got Foster, Rahosian, McManus, Merrill, and Gudanis. Anaheim wins the draw. Shot taken. Stahl gets a piece, and it deflects up into the netting. Face-off in the Rampage zone. Rampage win the draw, comes back and up to Merrill, who sends it up and out of the zone. Ducks goes off a stick and back into the Duck zone. Foster giving chase on the forecheck. Ducks with it behind their net, send it up to the near side wall. They're going to skate it out of the zone. They chip it in. Stahl knocks it loose. He's going to cover it up. He says, no, thank you. I'm just going to kill that for now. 3:16 left in period number 2. Rampage up 2-0. Out on the ice, Bisley, Whittingham, Wheeler, Roberts, and Wilton. Anaheim wins the draw, but it comes back and not quite out of the zone. Wheeler picks it up, sends it up the wall. Ducks hold it in. Wheeler has to come back behind his own net for it. Sends it up off the wall. Ducks collect in the neutral zone, send it across to the far side. Back up off the wall into the Rampage zone. Wheeler has it again. Makes a move to the outside. Feeds it up and out of the zone now. Ducks with the steal. They're going to turn around. They send it across to the near side. They're back in the Rampage zone. Centering pass. Roberts picks it up, drops it for Wilton, kicks it up and out. He has to give chase, but the Ducks are going to get there first. Anaheim turns around, sends it to the near side wall. Up and out of the zone. Bisley recollects. Rampage have to tag up. They do so. Bisley dumps it in. Ducks turn and fire off the boards. That's going to go the distance. It won't be icing. It went off of Bisley. Turn around. Whittingham has to collect off the boards. And now it comes back to Bisley, who sends it across. Ducks have it. Oh, Whittingham was there, just couldn't quite get a stick on it. Ducks coming back the other way. They're into the Rampage zone with it. Send it across ice to the near side. Shot taken. Stahl with the save. 2:02 left in period number 2. Face-off in the Rampage zone. On the ice, Bender, King, Whitted, Huff, and need one more. We need one more. We need one more. Gudanis is coming off the bench to join the group. I can't hear you. All right, Rampage win the draw. Gudanis picks it up down low, makes a move in the corner to the outside wall. He's going to skate with it. Backhands it up towards Bender, goes just on the backside, and Anaheim recollects. They send it up to the neutral zone. They're into the Rampage zone. Gudonis across to Whitted. Whitted turns over to King. Goes off a stick. Anaheim coming back the other way. Anaheim into the zone. Poke checks up, but not quite out. Sent down low, shot taken. And on the rebound, the net had come off. So with 1:35 left in the second, the Ducks cut the lead in half. On the ice, we've got Drexel, McManus, Sarver, Wheeler, Bisley. Anaheim wins the draw to the near side. They take the red line. They're going to dump it. Stahl holds it up. Puck goes into the far corner. McManus sends it up, but not quite out. That actually pulled it back behind the blue line. Play continues. Comes up to the point. Anaheim sends it down the near side wall. McManus gets sticks in the way. Sends it up to Drexel. Drexel turns with it over to Sarver. Sarver deflects off his stick. He's into the zone. Anaheim's there. Sarver doing battle on the wall. He's got Drexel to help him out. Sarver takes a stick to the face. No call. Play continues. Drexel's going to knock it down. Sends it back into his own zone for Wheeler. Wheeler with a big reverse check. That's not a penalty. That's a reverse check. So on another absolutely embarrassingly terrible call, Rampage are going to be on the penalty kill with 49 seconds left in the second. Out on the ice, we've got Gudonis, Merrill, Whittingham, Foster to start the penalty kill. Anaheim wins the draw. They're up to the point. Drop it down low to the near side wall. Feed it down low, out to center. Comes up to the point again. They take the near side wall, feed it back up to the point. Cross ice to the far side and back again. Holding up on the near side wall. Up to the point. Anaheim takes a shot. Stahl with a save. Rebounds out front. Whittingham turns and fires. Sends it out of the zone. They manage to clear.
It's a high stick! It's a high stick!
Anaheim recollects in their own zone after playing with a high stick. He's not wrong if you can hear this at home. Anaheim's going to skate it through the neutral zone into the Rampage zone with it, and time expires and shot taken after the buzzer. Yeah.
Damn!
So your score after two is 2-1 in favor of the Rampage. The refs are awful. We're going to go into the... We're going to go to the third period. 2-1 Rampage. Gotta close this one out, folks. It's going to be a tough game. They're going to come at us hard. We know that. When we start the third, we will still have 1 minute and 11 seconds left on the penalty kill. On the bad call against Wheeler. The stuff that they're calling and not calling is mind-boggling tonight. I'm going to go on mute for the next little bit. Get ready for period number 3. All right, as we get ready to start period number 3, Rampage on the penalty kill for the next 1 minute and 11 seconds. Out on the ice, we've got Whitted, Drexel, Huff, and Bisley.
As a grandparent, God bless
Sorry, folks, I was just talking to a very nice other spectator for a minute. Into the Rampage zone with it. Still a little bit of penalty kill time for the Rampage boys. Puck back behind the net. Down low. Anaheim's going to send it up to the near side. They feed it off the wall across to the far side. Back down low again. Back up to the point. Back down low again. Puck gets tied up down low. Goes to an Anaheim player. They have it behind the Rampage net. They're going to skate it to the far side wall. Turn, shot goes wide, comes to the near side wall. 29 seconds left on the penalty kill. Anaheim to the near side, up in the corner. A quick poke check by Whitted. He's got a little bit of space. He's got a player on. He's into the Duck zone, takes a shot. Goaltender knocks it wide, bounces right out front. Ducks have to recollect. Whitted with another steal. He's going to turn, takes another shot. Goaltender with the save, comes down low into the corner. Whitted's going to just hold on to it, tie it up. Roberts is in there to help him out. Killing the clock, just now back at full strength for the Rampage boys. Wheeler's out of the box. Tied up down low in the corner. Anaheim's going to come out with it. Make a move to the far side. Send it back into their own zone. Player has to kick it as he's lost his stick. Anaheim Ducks turn with it. Make a move to the middle now. Coming through neutral. Feed it into the Rampage zone. Gudanis picks it up, sends it off the wall, goes to an Anaheim player. Tied up down low on the far side wall. And it's going to come up and out of the zone. Anaheim has to recollect. They're going to tag up. They skate to the near side, come off the wall, back again, back to Roberts. He takes the red line. He's going to dump it in. Play will continue. Comes up the near side wall. Wilton holds at the point. He turns and sends it down the wall back behind the net. Whittingham's there, picks it up, drops it back for Roberts. Roberts skates to the far side, sends it up low to high to Merrill. Merrill back to Roberts, goes off a stick, and now Anaheim's going to turn and send it up and out. Anaheim picks it up in the Rampage zone. Behind the net, wraparound tip, Stahl is there. Whittingham picks it up, sends it up but not out. Anaheim with a quick turn. Centering pass attempt. Comes up the far side wall. Off of a body. Gudanis picks it up, feeds it over towards Roberts. He backhands it up towards Wilton. Wilton skates with it. He's into the Anaheim zone. Wilton takes the far wall. Centering pass attempt. Espirito picks it up at the point. Shot taken. Goaltender with the save. Anaheim skates it up the near side. They send it into the Rampage zone, and they're going to ice it. 13:54 left in period number 3. Face-off in the Anaheim Ducks zone. On the ice, we've got Foster, Rahosian, McManus, Huff, and Espirito. Tied up on the draw, it goes down low. Anaheim's going to get there first. Rahosian was held. Puck goes across to the far side. McManus gets there, pinching in, holds it up momentarily. Anaheim turns. They're going to fire up and out of play into the stanchion. Faceoff should be back in the Anaheim Ducks zone. Yeah. A lot of the stuff we're seeing in this game tonight is very, very frustrating for those of us watching in the audience today. So, out on the ice, Foster, McManus, Rahosian, Huff, and Espirito. Rampage win the draw. Actually, Anaheim's going to skate out with it, looks like. And they're into the zone. They were offsides. We do get a whistle, but it just took him a minute to get his whistle to his mouth. 13:29 left in period number 3. Face-off will be outside the Rampage zone. They're going to take it to the far side. Puck goes up and out of play off the draw. And now just keep blowing that whistle. Keep talking to him. That'll do it. Tied up on the draw. Anaheim sends it into the zone. They take the far wall. Down low. Comes up to Foster. He's going to turn with it. Sends it up to Rahosian, who turns and dumps it into the zone. He was on the red line. They whistle for icing. He sent it in from the red line. 13:08 left in the period. I have no words, folks. I mean, I have a lot of words, but I just don't know what to say. Oh. Wheeler, Sarver, Drexel, Bisley, and Whitted on the ice. I'm finding myself speechless. Like, I don't even know what to say. Rampage win the draw. Bisley picks it up. Sends it up, but not out. Anaheim make a quick turn. Puck comes to the near side wall. Puck comes up. Whitted's going to chip it out. He picks it up. He's into the zone. He's got players on him. Tries to make a move. Puck behind the net. It's going to go to the outside wall. Sarver drops it down low. And now Anaheim sends it up, but not out. Drexel picks it up. Tries to feed it to Whitted. Whitted with a shot. Goalie with a nice save. Johnny Sarver with the rebound in the conservatory with the candlestick. And with 12:33 left in the period in the game, Rampage go up 3-1. A couple of good opportunities on that series. Johnny Sarver right where he needed to be to pick up that rebound and put it home. 12:33 left in the game. On the ice, Wheeler, Bisley, Whitted, Sarver, Drexel. Tied up. Sarver comes out of the pile with it. He's going to skate it in the zone. Dumps it down the boards and behind. Anaheim chips it up off the wall, bouncing out. Wheeler has to come back for it. Turns, feeds it up towards Sarver, off of a stick, and then back again, back into the Rampage zone. And a nice poke check by Wheeler is going to send it to the near side boards. Puck comes up to Whitted. Whitted across to Drexel. Drexel takes the red line. He's into the zone, feeds it over towards Sarver. Bouncing on him. Can't quite get a stick on it. It's still loose out front. Puck gets knocked out to the far wall. Lots of good action in front of the goalie on that one. Anaheim into the zone, centering pass, and on the follow, sends it just wide. Puck comes up and out and to the far side wall. Anaheim's going to pick it up on the far side. They skate to the middle, drop it down low into the near side corner. Gudonis is in there to get tied up. He's got Whitted in there to try to help him out. A couple of Ducks players in there as well. Puck tied up in the corner. Anaheim comes out of the pile with it. They send it down low behind the net in the corner. Merrill's in there, and now the puck comes out to center. Anaheim tries to do a spin around shot, goes wide of the net. Another shot goes off of a body, I believe, and ends up wide. Anaheim turns, fires. Stahl has it in his glove. He's going to hang on. 11:09 left in period number 3. Out on the ice, we've got Whittingham, Roberts, Wilton, Huff, and Espirito. Anaheim wins the draw, takes a quick shot, goes off a body, and drops out front. Espirito sends it to Roberts, deflects off a stick, but that's going to be too far back. That should be icing. That one, maybe for the first time in a period or so, was the right icing call. Same crew out as before, methinks. Tied up on the draw. Anaheim sends it back, drops it to the corner, takes a shot from up top, doesn't make it through. Puck down low in the corner. Bisley sends it over to the far side. Anaheim drops it down low, skating behind the net, feeds it up to the point, back down the wall, around to the far side corner. Down low, Whittingham's going to get there. Gets a stick on it, sends it up the wall. Roberts tries to chip it up. Puck gets stuck on the wall. Blaze Wheeler's going to skate it out. Takes the red line. He's into the zone with it. Takes the far side wall. He's going to drive it down low, and a player lost his helmet while making a check. So they have to have a stoppage right away for that one for safety reasons. Nothing bad, nothing nefarious on that. He just went in for a check and his helmet popped off.
College where we got to leave for one play.
Yeah.
College football leagues.
Right.
Loose helmet.
Yeah. Yeah, should be. Out on the ice, we've got Rahosian, Foster, Gudanis, McManus, and Merrill. Face off in the Anaheim zone. Ducks win the draw. Take it into the corner. Rampage are going to get there quickly. Ducks skating through neutral. They're into the Rampage zone. Try to take a shot. We got a penalty coming to the Rampage, it looks like.
That's fine.
10 minutes left in the game exactly. Rampage will be on the penalty kill. Out on the ice, we've got Huff, Espirito, McManus. Nope, I'm sorry. Looks like we're changing a couple. So we've got Huff, Espirito, Whitted, and Drexel to start this penalty kill. They're assigning a boarding penalty. So that means we've got a 2 and 10 basically coming to Max Gudanis. So unfortunately, that will be it for him this game. While I think it was maybe a valid penalty, I do think the boarding was a little much. Ten minutes left in the game. Rampage are going to be on the penalty kill. All right, folks, after a brief timeout, Rampage are going to be on the penalty kill for the next 2 minutes. A not-so-brief timeout, I should say, more accurately. Out on the ice, we've got Huff, Whitted, Drexel, and Espirito to start the penalty kill.
60 seconds.
Sometime this week. All right, here we go. Anaheim comes up with it. They're going to send it across to the far side point. Shot taken, deflects off a body up and over the net. It's going to go into the near side corner. Whitted sends it up and out. Anaheim has to come back, recollect in their own zone. They send it across ice to the near side. Anaheim back to the far side again, and back again to the near side. Skating it behind their own net. They're going to send it out to center, skating it through neutral, kicked it out to the far side, into the Rampage zone with it. Anaheim sends it around the boards to the near side. Anaheim skates it down low. They're behind the net. Send it up to the far side wall. Shot taken. And that one squeaks through. There's just too much traffic out in front for that one. And I think the shot maybe went off a body. It looked like it redirected just a little bit to me. So with 9:11 left in the third period on a power play goal, the Ducks cut the lead to 1. Scores 3-2 in favor of the Rampage. On the ice, we've got Roberts, Whittingham, Wilton, Wheeler, and Bisley. Rampage win the draw. Bisley's going to dump it from the red line. Down low into the corner. Ducks kick it out, back to center. They're into the zone, gets poked out. Whittingham sends it up, and then Wilton turns and fires. Whittingham pokes, He's into the zone. It's going to get there to the goaltender. Goaltender sends it out to the far wall in the Anaheim zone. Centering pass attempt, nobody home. Anaheim Ducks are going to skate it out into the Rampage zone with it. Centering pass attempt, gets poked, bounces, ends up in the far corner. We've got Bisley and Wilton in there doing battle with a couple of Ducks players. They send it up the far wall. Shot goes off of a skate up and wide and ends up on the near side boards. Up to the point. Ducks take a shot from up high. Stahl has it in his glove. He's going to hang on to it. 8:19 left in the third period. Face off in the Rampage zone. Out on the ice, we've got Merrill, Foster, McManus, Rahosian, and Espirito. Anaheim wins the draw, back to the point. Shot taken, gets redirected. Stahl with the save. And then with some traffic out front, it gets poked in just to the side. So 8:14 left in the game. The Ducks tie it up 3-3. Out on the ice, Foster, McManus, Rahosian, Espirito, and Merrill. Tied up on the draw. Anaheim's going to come out with it. They skated into the Rampage zone. Puck comes up to Foster up top. He turns with it, wrangles it in. He's going to skate. He's through neutral. He's into the Anaheim zone. Makes a move towards the goaltender. Gets knocked down. No penalty called. Puck comes up. Anaheim's going to dump it into the Rampage zone. Goes around the boards to the far side. On the boards, McManus tries to send it out. Anaheim keeps it on the boards and in the zone. Poke check comes up, but not out. Anaheim's going to chip it back in on the near side. Battle down low. McManus is going to send it around the boards to the far side. Espirito sends it around to the near side. Still in the Rampage zone. Foster has to come back for it. Gets poke check. Anaheim makes a move to the far side. Tries to send it out front and bounces. Ends up at the near corner. Chipped up and out of the zone. And Anaheim's going to recollect in their own zone. Send it over to the near side wall. Back again to neutral. Into the Rampage zone. Anaheim sends it in the far corner. Shot taken. Huff gets a body in the way. Off the boards. And back again. Foster picks it up. And Anaheim's offside. 6:35 left in period number 3. Really? 6:35 left in period number 3. Faceoff will be just outside. Nope, I'm sorry. They're going to take it to the far side of the neutral zone. On the ice, we've got Whitted, Sarver, Drexel, Bisley, and Wheeler. A little back and forth. Ends up in the Anaheim zone. Back out again, and then comes back again. Anaheim has it on the far wall. Body's in the way. Still back and forth at neutral zone. Now Anaheim's going to turn. They chip it in. It's going to go to the far corner. Wheeler gets taken down from behind. Horse collar tackle in football. Over to the far wall. Drexel chips it up, but not out. Anaheim chips it back in. And Stahl has it in his glove and almost knocked somebody down who's skating through the crease. 6:07 left in period number 3. On the ice, we've got Whittingham, Roberts, Wilton, Wheeler, and Bisley. Chip to the outside wall. Comes to Wheeler in the middle. Wheeler turns, skates it outside, chips it off the glass and out of the zone. Whittingham with a quick steal, drops it. Wilton into the zone, takes a shot. Goaltender makes a save, bounces out front. Anaheim picks it up, skates it out of the zone, chips it into the Rampage zone, makes a move on the near side wall. Feeds it down low. Centering pass attempt gets broken up, and now the puck comes up out of the zone. Anaheim has to tag up. Anaheim dumps it down low. Stahl's going to hold it up. Bisley picks it up, sends it to the near side. Roberts gets there, tries to feed it out, unable to clear, and now Anaheim chips it up and out of play into the stands. 5:22 left in the period. Faceoff should come out of the zone, but I'd be willing to bet they're going to keep it in the Rampage zone. Nope, they are going to take it out of the zone. Holy crap. They actually got a call right. 5:22 left in the game. On the ice, we've got McManus, Foster, Rahosian, Espirito, and Merrill. Rampage win the draw. Rahosian back into his own zone, sends it across to Espirito. Espirito chips it up and out of the zone. Anaheim's there. McManus gets a stick on it to break it up momentarily. A little back and forth. Chips up but not out, and Anaheim's going to dump it. Merrill gets there behind the net. They're going to skate to the near side and sweep it up and out of the zone. Anaheim's going to pick it up. They have to recollect. They turn, they fire. Merrill takes it to the near side, sends it up the wall to Foster. Foster drops it for McManus. He's skating through, skates out of the zone with it. And now Anaheim turns around. Rampage have it on their own zone. Merrill fires, doesn't connect. That's going to go for icing. 4:36 left in the game. Faceoff will be back in the Rampage zone. On the ice, Sarver, Whitted, Drexel, Bisley, and Huff. Rampage win the draw, back into the corner. Bisley gets there, tries to send it up the boards. Anaheim's jumping on it. Centering pass actually up to the point. Goes off of Huff's boot. Whitted with a quick poke check. He makes a move. He's skating out of the zone. Sends it in, makes another move towards the center. Anaheim recollects down low. They're going to change direction to the near side. And we've got a penalty coming to the Rampage. You got to be freaking kidding me. They're calling a high stick on Whitted. So with 4:13 left in the game, Rampage are going to be on the penalty kill. Great job, officials. You guys are doing just fantastic tonight. Out on the ice to start the penalty kill, we've got Sarver, Drexel, Espirito, and Wheeler. All right, time to kill the penalty, folks. Puck comes out. Drexel chips it up and out of the zone. He's on it. He's got a player on, makes a move. He gets hooked.
Oh, call the fucking game!
Drexel picks it up. He's going to skate back and try to control it. He needs to kill this clock. Drexel makes a move to the outside. And that was a check to the face mask.
Jesus.
Puck comes across to the near side. Puck comes up to the point, gets sent across to the far side point. Anaheim feeds it in. Stahl gets a piece of it, sends it to the corner. Comes deflected. Stahl's got it. Blow the whistle! Holy crap! 3:31 left in the game. 119 on the penalty kill. Stahl had it covered for a while. They let play continue, and stuff's going to get heated.
They called the timeout earlier. What is this?
3:31 left in the game. Apparently, they get unlimited timeouts. They just keep feeding the quarters in on that one and resetting your turn. 3:31 left in the game. 119 on the penalty kill for the Rampage. The Anaheim Ducks are taking their second time out of the game, following multiple times of just staying at the bench for as long as they want before they come out for face-off. So apparently rules do not apply.
Nothing applies. Just let the Ducks do whatever they fucking want. Bench minor.
Out on the ice to start the penalty kill, or to start after the additional extra timeout. We've got Whittingham, Foster, Bisley, and Merrill. Rampage win the draw back into the corner. Ducks jump on it, chip it up front. Ducks are going to recollect. Shot taken. Shot taken.
High touch.
It was a high stick. It
High
deflected.
stick. Call the fucking game.
3:21 left in the game, and on a power play goal,
Fucking suck.
the men in stripes go up 4-3 against the Colorado Rampage. So out on the ice, we've got Roberts, Whittingham, Wilton, Wheeler, and Espirito. Tied up on the draw.
Call it.
Sent up and out from their zone. Face-off should be in the Anaheim Duck zone. We'll see.
6 players on the face-off.
Same crew out as before. 3:18 left in the game. This is a game that was was pretty well won by the refs so far. Rampage win the drop to Wheeler. Takes a shot, goes off the body in the far side. Espirito sends it down low. Whittingham collects. Over to Espirito. Pass goes in, deflects, it bounces. Goaltender's going to cover it up. Face off in the Anaheim Duck zone.
Tier 1 sucks.
Out on the ice, we've got Rahosian, Foster, McManus, Wheeler, and Espirito. Rampage win the draw. Back to Espirito at the point. Centering pass. Ducks are going to clear the zone. Comes back out. Wheeler has to race for it. Back in his own zone with it. He picks it up. He turns. Ducks turn and send it. Down low. Foster gets there. Sends it around the boards to the far side. Up to Rahosian. Comes off the boards. Ducks managed to hold it in. They turned it around, dump it back low into the corner. Puck comes out. Stahl's going to cover it up. We get a whistle.
What?
You got to be kidding, man.
Fuck you, ref.
You got to be kidding.
What the hell?
2:19 left in the game, and we're getting a penalty for...
Worst refs ever.
Sorry, we got a penalty coming to Alex Espirito.
How much did they pay you?
Trying to clear it off his goaltender. Out on the ice to start the penalty kill, we've got Whitted, Drexel, Huff, and Bisley.
Fuck you, refs.
Puck bounces across to the near side. Huff's going to get there, sends it off the boards, up, not out. Whitted recollects, he's going to clear. Comes out, it's touched by a Anaheim Ducks player, so no icing, play will continue. Ducks go back into their own zone. They're going to drop it to the near side corner. Send it across to the far side. Out into the Rampage zone. Huff sends it right back out again. It's going to go. That one I think will be icing. We get a whistle for icing. Face-off will come back to the Rampage zone. 1:53 left in the game. 1:29 on the penalty kill for the Rampage boys. On the ice, same as before. We've got Huff, Bisley, Drexel, and Whitted. Ducks win the draw up to the point. Shot. Huff gets a skate in the way, and he's going to send it in clear. Ducks knock it down. They skate it back into their zone. Skate it to the outside. They drop it for a player down low. Ducks kick it out to the near side wall. Into the Rampage zone with it. Tip. Now Drexel sends it up off the wall. It comes up out of the zone. Ducks send it across to the far side. Into the Rampage zone. They send it down. Stahl holds it up a little bit. Ends up on the near side wall. Ducks are going to skate it back behind the net, send it up to the point. Poke check by Drexel. Now, goes back in the zone and then gets poked out again. Sorry, I don't know what that noise was. It just came out of my mouth. Huff sends it up and out. It comes to Bisley. Gets chipped across to the far side, and Ducks are going to clear. It comes out to Huff at neutral ice. He turns, sends it off the boards towards Sarver. Sarver's in there. He's got it tied up on the wall. Ducks are going to skate off the wall with it. Feed it across to the far side, to the far wall. Bisley turns, fires off the glass. It comes up and out. Ducks have it in their own zone. They turn, they fire it off the near side wall into the Rampage zone. And we have an icing call. 3 seconds left on the penalty kill, 27.9 in the game. Faceoff will be in the Anaheim Ducks zone. Rampage taking their first time out of the game. So we only have one more left, apparently.
This is not fucking hockey. What do they pay for? Come on.
All right, Coach over talking to the boys, trying to draw something up. We only have a little bit of time left. We are shorthanded for the next 3 seconds, but we do have a face-off in their zone. So let's see what the coach can draw up. Maybe we can make something happen. So we haven't had any music all game long, and now we cue it up during the middle of our timeout while coach is drawing up a play. Out on the ice, we have pulled the goaltender to add an extra attacker, so try to even up at 5-on-5 with an empty net. We've got Sarver, Whittingham, Drexel, Whitted, and Wheeler on the ice. Puck down low. Whittingham sends it up to Wheeler. Wheeler doing battle at the point, gets kicked out, comes out of the zone. Rampage, you're offside. 16.6 seconds left in the game.
Stop the fucking music!
Tied up on the draw. Anaheim comes up with it. They're going to send it to the near side wall. Whitted collects in his zone. Sends it over to the wall. Comes out of the zone. Anaheim sends it back in. And time expires on the game.
Fuck you, ref! Fucking suck!
So your score after 3 is 4-3 in favor of the St. Louis, Missouri officials. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow morning.